Okay, guys. All right. All right. Okay. Welcome every single person. Okay. Welcome every single person. If you're a returning viewer or returning audience, welcome you. If you are so a new viewer, you are so welcome. All right, guys. I welcome every single person on this section, on this live stream section, and you guys being here is not taken for granted, and we really regard that. And as it's not taken for granted, you have regard that. All right, guys. So at the moment, at this particular time, okay, we're going to be starting off very soon. People are still joining. People are still joining. Let's just wait for some people to join, few people to join, and stuff like that. Okay, guys. So we are about starting up. So let's just kickstart. Let's kickstart something. All right, guys. So at first, we are going to be okay. I'm going to introduce myself. All right, let me just quickly do that. Hello, guys. Okay, now let me do it officially. Hello, guys. Before you have graphics, and we are here again, and ourselves teach you to teach our young adults, to teach our young youth, to teach our upcoming adults about life after school, or let's say what life after school means and what they should expect even while they are still in school, because it's more like things that they're going to fix when they are from school, and it's more like it's an inevitable something, and it has the ability of ruining one life, and that is why we're making a lot of emphasis on it. And if it's being neglected, like if it's being neglected and if nobody's talking about it, like it has a great effect, and it's going to do more harm than good to our young adults, to our in a short period of time. We're going to be starting up with what we have today. Okay. That's cool. So people have still joined. All right, let's just see if you're okay. Let's welcome both, let's say, people that are still joining, that are still thinking about joining. All right, we welcome every single unique personality. Let me put it unique because of course my youth, Nigerian youth, everybody, you guys are, so let me just put it down. I welcome every unique personality here, and you're joining in today's session. You're really going to gain. It's not going to be wasted or misused. All right, guys. So that's for that. And aside that, you're about kickstarting. And at first, maybe I should just quickly run around the last live film section we did. That was yesterday. Maybe for the sake of people that were not on that section, maybe I will just try saying some things that we said there. Maybe if it interests them, they will just a kind of shake back. Maybe when they are done with this one. All right. So if okay, let's say if you were on our last live mission, that was yesterday, maybe just consider giving us a thumbs up. Let's know that you're here back, because I told them then we're gonna do another today being afternoon or so. So let me just let me just hope that they are still planning to join, kind of that. All right, guys. So that's for that. And moreover, what was said for, let me just say our goal, or let's just say our primary goal is just to let our young adults a kind of unveil, or let's just say try describing a kind of a detailed aspect, a detailed things, what life outside school looks like, and what they should even be expecting even while they are still in school, what they should be expecting, like what they should have in mind coming out, because life after school is more like a broad, I don't know, it's just like a word on its own. And this word on its own, nobody is teaching how it's used to be, or nobody is teaching how, I don't know, just something, how it looks and how one should prepare towards it. Do you get that? So that is why a lot of young adults is making a lot of mistakes when it has to do with maybe them being out from school and making some personal decisions when it has to do with choice, and maybe handle pressures and do some decisions that relates to their life. Most of them are going to be making a lot of mistakes because they were not taught, because they lack, or let's say, what it means, or let's just say there is going to be a lot of mistakes when it has to do with that case. So that is the reason of our sections and the reason of our stream say. And what we're trying to here, or let me just say what we're trying to avoid. We're just trying to avoid tomorrow seeing our young youths being frustrated just because they feel, or let's just say they were not prepared. Nobody taught them what life looks like. Nobody taught them what they should start merging up together with the academies, because as I said, it's more like a broad course on its own, and we cannot live, or let's just say you cannot do without it, and it's more like an inevitable something, more like life after school. So it's just like a broad this thing, and under that we have been saying a lot of topics already on it. And maybe let me just a few of the topics that we've been saying already: emotional control, daily routine, and all of those. So if you check, maybe after this session you just check our session. If you're a newbie here, like I mean, if you're just seeing us for the first time, you just check our section so far, and if you're a young youth, you're on the right platform and on the right time, so you're going to really gain a lot. And yesterday's section was even amazing, guys. It was really amazing, and we're back today, and we have something today again. And let me just say, okay, as for us, I'm going to, what is it called, okay, let me just run around on the last live stream session that was yesterday there before we get into what we have today. All right, guys, it was to shake that yesterday's live stream section. My god, it was amazing, guys. It was amazing, guys. Let me just, okay, that yesterday's, okay. Adibi, you checked our what's it called, thumbnail before joining. Yesterday, we kind of, we were bringing a new or a broad topic, and that topic is 30 days something, like, okay, 30 days student business challenge. Okay, 30 days business challenge, 30 days student business challenge, because why, everything we're talking about is about student, and what we're trying to aim there is just a kind of a prescribed way a young adult, a young youth still in school, out from school, can equally do a business, and it's not going to affect his or her studying life, it's not going to affect his or her. And all this business we're talking about is more like flexible business, more like online business, and we gave something step by step guide on how one can equally do it. And moreover, as we're talking about students, everything we was saying, we were picturing it, or let's just say you're picturing it from a student perspective, and you're not trying to, or a kind of do one more than one. So you're trying to, or a kind of make it equal to both your studying and or your business, like both your schooling and business, so that it's not going to clash, or you're not going to prioritize one more than one. So that's for that. And what part of what you said yesterday was like more like a mindset reset. And what I mean by mindset reset we did yesterday, remind you, yesterday we started the course, which is okay, or 30 days or student business challenge. You started it yesterday. So we did like a foundation. It's more like a foundation, the starting point. Jesus, I'm sweating. Jesus Christ. All right, guys. I don't know why I'm sweating. Okay, let me continue. I said yesterday we started the course, and that yesterday is more like introduction, and it's more like mindset foundation, when it has to do with our young youth, when it has to do with our young adults starting up something, doing a business while in school, doing a business out from school, still maybe they are still expecting work, but they're out to start doing something, because when they are left with nothing, when they are still in school and nobody taught them, school is more like, or what's it called, certificate oriented. When you're done, you're going to be issued a certificate, and when that certificate fails, because although that's not what we're praying for, but peradventure if it fails, you're stranded, you're gonna be stuck. So that's the essence of our stream, and that is, we're trying to picture, or let's just say bring it to our young and adult notice, that having a certificate alone is not enough in this our current era. Is not, is just more like a very great risk that you could not afford to take. Now, I mean, what I mean by risk there, let me just give an illustration so that you get me better. Just okay, now let's just imagine a student that graduated with a very good grade, awesome grade, and peradventure he or she was not able to get to work, maybe 2 days, sorry, 2 years, I mean 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, stuff like that. What happens to such student? He or she start going to start feeling frustrated, start underrating his or her what and all of that, or what is it called, pressure from family, from of peers, and from everywhere is going to be coming, because then he or she is he's going to start seeing his or herself as a failure, start questioning his or her worth, and start comparing. This is where people, or let's just say students, are getting it wrong. And this is how it can ruin a student career or even life in general. Now, I'm still trying to bring it to your notice that if such students start experiencing those things, now mind you, that student graduated with a good grade, but it's of like unfortunate that such student was not able to get. So just get my point. Now he or she depend on certificate totally, and I said it's a very great risk, and I'm trying to bring an illustration to prove, or let's just say to picture it so that you get it. So what I'm trying to say there, if such students to fail to get work and maybe all of those things, and such thing is going to be stranded. Now at that point in time, or that moment, he or she is going to undergo some pressures, maybe people around, from families, from peers, and all of that. Now if such student is not mental and emotional strong, which I think that topic was part of one section we did in our stream. Maybe after this session we just check it. We said a lot about that one, mental and emotional strong. Now it's not just words, is something that needs to be acted upon. Like it's something, is more like actionable things and skill. Or everything was saying here is more like a skill. Students can actually emulate, adapt to it. So, and it's going to help their life because they are going to go with it. They are going to, it gets a point in their life that they are going to make use of all of these things and the knowledge that we're passing, and even handle things from a different view and perspective. So that's for that. And everything was trying to stay us up, if not to stop totally. That's saying that school is a scam, because what caused this thing, or let's just say what is causing this, is when our students are not being taught, when they are not being enlightened, like nobody is telling them or giving them ways, or even telling them to start making some proper plans. It's just like a student that graduated, or a student that is still in school, and what is he or she is saying, when I graduate I'm going to start up a business. No, that's the wrong motive. You should start it while you're still in school. Now when you already have an experience, you already have some track record, like you have already built something. Now even if you're out, when things clash, when things didn't work as planned, maybe by certificate and other, you're going to start off from that you've created already. You're going to start up from that and develop it more. And it's even a great what's it called, advantage, because starting up a business in school, starting up a market, or let's just say learning a skill that students want, like you're gonna gain, because there, our tertiary institution, our schools give us, or what's it called, an opportunity to explore more. It's going to, or that particular thing, if it's a business, it's going to explore more. Then, and what we're saying here is not like light skill. You're not going to open a what's it called, a cement shop that is going to be taking all of your time. Now you're, it's not, is going to affect your academics. That's not what we're talking about. Your, it's more like flexible business that students can easily go out with, they can easily do alongside with schooling. So that is just all our emphasis, and everything we've been saying has been covering so many topics just around something like that. Okay, so let me add first, if it interests you, maybe after this session you just check our section that we did so far. So but in today's session we have something special, and guess what, okay, it's not special though, it's not really special. It's still part of, remind you, is 30 days student business challenge. Today is the second day, or moreover we can, in other words, you can call it week, second week. We started yesterday actually, and today is actually the second week. uh Yesterday being the first day we started, we covered 1 week. So it's just more like we're gonna do it for, we splitted it to 4 sessions. So a session is more like a week, stuff like that. So today is second day, being second week, and we have some like a lot, guys. Okay, part of, let's just say, what we're trying to achieve in this stream today, okay, is more like, today, okay, at first let me introduce, today is just more like, okay, today is just more like structure. Yesterday was just like mindset, clarity, knowing the type of business, because mind you, stock it, or let's just say keep it at the back of your mind. What we started yesterday, and it's going to last for like 3 section, like okay, sorry, 4 section streams. And per stream we were covering from what's it called again, from first day to like just a week. We were covering a week per section. So yesterday we started with clarity and idea selection. Yeah, am I right? Yeah, clarity and idea selection. And part of what you said there was like you starting up a business as a youth, as an adult, as a young adult, as an undergraduate student. At first you're going to know what you want to venture into. You cannot solve a problem that you don't know, so you're going to actually know it. There must be a knowing there. That is where the clarity enters. Like you must know it. There is this anxious, like you're going to be anxious, intentional about what you want to enter. Now that knowing comes in, then selection is more like at first, before you do any selection or start selecting a business idea you want to venture in, you're going to discover your skill. Your skills, I mean, it's more like your personal abilities, the kind of business. Or you can equally ask people, ask friends, ask relatives, ask church members, ask good friends, what can you do best, what business idea will you give me. All these questions are relevant because they are going to shape the kind of business that you're going to venture into. That is when it has to do with skill. Now under that skill I'm saying is your abilities, what you can really do, what you can function best, or let's say where in. Do you get? So it's more like your activities, what you can actually do more efficiently and more appropriately. So under that run, or let's just under that track, is going to help you. Oh my god. Yes. Oh, that one is still. Oh, Jesus. Oh, also give me an now. Come about this guy, Nakata. Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel